First and foremost, everybody, welcome to the Open Source Entrepreneur. I am Casey Green. This is my beloved co-host, Jimmy Norlander. Together, we are both lifelong entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs. We love making money, whether it's for somebody else's company or for our own. Jimmy's built a beautiful business on counseling and has come up through the ranks and built a really beautiful business. I have come up through the ranks of helping other people make a lot of money, which I love doing because I get to mess with other people's money, not on my dime. So anyway, together we make a really cool couple, and we love to talk all things business, help people grow their business. Couple makes it sound like, anyway, whatever. We love to talk business, so that's what we're going to do tonight. Jimmy, I actually want to open up by doing something just a little bit different. We will pull Matt on in just a minute. Matt, I see you in the waiting room. Don't leave us. We will be with you in just 1 second. But Jimmy, I wanted to talk to you about something that I saw in the news recently, and I was just, I don't know if I was taken back or shocked, but I want to get your real, raw, honest opinion. I just noticed, and your wife's a Disney fan, but I saw this article that says Disney World released a $10 million park ticket. $10 million. Let me tell you what comes included in the $10 million park ticket. You get access every day to Disneyland or a Disney property, you and 3 of your closest friends, so 4 tickets. You get access to any Disney property, like meaning like hotel or whatever combinations on site, right? This doesn't include like a presidential suite, a something suite. This is just double room, double occupancy, regular room. And you get access to Club 33. What are your thoughts on a $10 million park ticket?
You know what? Me personally, no, but I think I've spent that much money there already since being married.
Yeah, I mean, you may have. Yes, you may have. But let me tell you this. It goes a little bit farther. And the article says the average cost of 1 day at Disney World for family of 4 is $1,200. They're assuming it's a $1,200 average cost per day for family of 4. That's probably a bit rich, but whatever. Like, I guess it depends on how you roll through Disney. It's saying that it would take 8,333 days to use to recoup your $10 million. But
Yeah,
it
no
says
thanks.
it's only 22 years of going daily.
Oh, well, well, I guess if you have 10 millions to spend for a ticket, you probably have a pretty good job where you can afford to go 22 years every single day.
Okay, but like genius business maneuver on Disney's behalf for like, come on, quit being Bush League, right? Like very few people are going to buy this. I think you can get access to the Club 33 for cheaper than that. Like it's been a while since I've looked at numbers, but like Bush League maneuver or like pure publicity stunt, what do you think?
Both. There's going to be that one person that has the money that will buy it just to say, look what I bought.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, right? Like maybe it is. To me, I was like, come on, Disney. Like I love you guys as much as the next person, but that is borderline ridiculous. I don't know. I can't. I can't I can't get it going. But I'm like, whatever, like good for you, Disney. It's got people talking about a $10 million park ticket. I'm here to say if you guys want to plan a trip for less than $10 million, even over multiple years. I got a really good connection. Her name's Janae Jenkins. Like she will hook you up with a Disney trip super fast for way less. I think even less than $1,200 a day. That seems like I said, it's been a few years. We do have a family of 4, and I don't think we've spent $1,200 a day. So
Well,
whatever.
also, if you want to give me, I'll save you 9 million. You give me 1 million, and I will get the tickets for you and the best Parker hoppers you can ever find.
Jimmy and Co will take care of you. You can hang out with his wife all day long at Disney. It'll be a beautiful thing. She's the pro of going through Disney. But anyway, I saw that and I was like, oh my gosh, I got to talk to Jimmy and be like, is this a genius maneuver or is this just like a Bush League maneuver on Disney's behalf? I mean, obviously they've been around for a long time. They're not going anywhere. They know what they're doing. But I was like, oh my gosh, like
Right.
whether even if it's a PR stunt, like well done. There are probably some people who will buy it, but I'm like, it's just not worth it, right? If you got that much money, there's probably other things you can be doing. But guys, tonight I'm super excited to pull on our guest. I'm actually going to start pulling him on right now. This is Matt Ashdown, and Matt, I'm going to read. I'm going to talk about Matt here as we pull him in. 1 second here, Matt. Hopefully you'll see that connection come through. 3, 2, 1. We'll see. Instagram's being finicky tonight, which is one of the reasons why going live on Instagram is kind of risky business. Did he join yet? Not yet. We'll see if it comes through. Other people's technology, Jimmy.
I know I had a hard time getting on. And so mine was because I wanted to put my iPad this way, so it's
See?
more of a direct, but I had to put it on the side this time.
You can't mess with it. Matt, we see you. Don't worry. We won't give up on you, my friend. Jimmy, you tell me. Mine's looks funny, so you tell me if you see him pop
Yeah,
up.
I don't see anything yet.
Try.
So, but yeah, as he's coming on though, I'm excited for Matt to come on. Like he's, there's more to the carpet cleaning than just there's more of a science behind it than just having someone come out and make it go.
Yeah. No, I'm really excited to talk about what Matt has going on. We'll give him another second here to see if we can get Matt to come on.
Okay.
Let's see. Matt as a moderator. Let's try that. No, we don't do that. Stay with us if you're just joining. We are pulling on Matt Ashdown, the owner of TruRinse Carpet Cleaning. And he's going to talk to us all things business related with how you
I think
start.
Matt's been doing has had his own carpet cleaning for about 15 years now.
Yeah, that's what he said. All right. It looks like we might have him. Yes, Matt is on. Matt, what is up?
How we doing?
Good. Super excited to meet you and to chat with you a little bit today. Guys, let me read a little bit about who Matt is. You guys are going to love this. Here's Matt's bio, and I'm just going to like look off screen for half a second so we can gather and capture completely who Matt is. Matt Ashdown is the owner and operator of TruRinse Carpet Cleaning, a business he's proudly run for over 15 years. He has 24 years of experience in the carpet cleaning industry, and Matt brings a wealth of knowledge and passion for delivering top quality service to every job. He and his team at TruRinse take pride in providing exceptional results for their clients using eco-friendly cleaning methods and ensuring a fresh and healthy environment. Matt is also happily married to his wife, Aubrey, and together they have 4 children, 2 boys and 2 girls. Outside of work, Matt is an avid outdoorsman who loves camping and hunting, spending quality time with his family, and enjoying the beauty of nature. His dedication to both his business and his family makes a respected member of the community and a trusted professional in his field. Matt, welcome to the Open Source Entrepreneur. We are stoked beyond belief to have you. We love chatting with entrepreneurs of all kinds. And never once when Jimmy and I were talking did like even carpet cleaner come across my business. So like I'm super thrilled to talk about it and like understand the ins and outs. Jimmy's known you for a long time and has loved having you in his ecosystem. So like I want to just start out, Matt. Like first and foremost, welcome. We're excited to have you.
Thank you. It's glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Matt, tell us kind of like how you got started in the carpet cleaning business. Like you've been doing it for 24 years and just like the last 15 you went on your own. How did you even get started? How did this come across your radar?
You probably want me to say that I grew up thinking and dreaming of being a carpet
I
cleaner.
do. Is that not what you did?
But I did. But I got into the industry because I was hired as a door-to-door salesman for another carpet cleaner company, and then from there on, it just became a passion.
Okay.
Always enjoyed it. So that's kind of how I got into it. I knocked doors for this company for a while, and I was with them for a period of time, and then I decided to go out on my own, and this is where we're at.
Heck with that, like let me get out and do my own thing. Like you're one of the rare breeds where you're like, I at the very beginning, I don't know if you heard me, I love making money for other people. Jimmy and people like you, Matt, love making money for yourselves. So there was a switch somewhere where you were like, hey, listen, like I can do this on my own, and like you just went. What was the trickiest part of you saying, I'm out, I'm going on my own?
It was hard. I mean, the company I worked for was a great company, still is a great company. But I just needed to do something different for myself. I like to lead. I like to be in charge. I like to learn. And so I figured it'd probably be better to go start my own. And it's grown to be a great company over the years. But it started with a passion to continue from what I learned in the carpet cleaning industry and then better in it. I wanted to improve and be the best that I could be.
Yeah, no, I love that. Like that's obviously like a running theme with entrepreneurs, right? Is like they see something that's good and they're like, I can go make it better, right? And one of the things I loved about your bio, Matt, is you talked a lot about cleaning methods that ensure a fresh and healthy environment. And I think now more than ever, right? I remember growing up and watching the carpet cleaners come to my house, and they had these like big, massive trucks, and like I swear the system's probably like could rip the carpet right off the floor, right? But it seems like I'm sure there's all sorts of chemicals I was ingesting as a kid crawling on the carpet. But now it seems like more than ever, people are turning to a more environmentally friendly type setting for their house. How has that transition? Has that been a competitive advantage for you because you've been able to adopt that type of mentality? Talk to me a little bit about how that's kind of influenced your business, kind of a more environmentally friendly setup for people in their homes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, chemicals aren't safe, but the biggest thing is just, we want to improve the lifestyle, which is where you live. That's your carpet, your upholstery, your tile, everything you live on. That's your livelihood in there in your home or your life space. I mean, and it gets dirty,
Yeah.
and it gets dirty faster when you add chemicals and soap to it. And so soap's purpose is to attract dirt, and if you leave it in your carpet, it's just going to get dirtier fast. Uh,
Yeah.
and so ideally, yeah, chemicals are harsh and those type of things to get things out. But the real thing is to keep our clean the longest it can go. Like, you don't want me in your house every 3 months.
You don't
Um,
have to be there every 3 months.
I work, that's job security.
That's right.
How we operate. Most of our customers are, 18 a year to 18 months. I mean, some need it more, just depending on lifestyle.
Yeah.
But for that, it's just keeping it safe and clean as long as you can. And so, I mean, I only clean my carpets every 18 months, and so
Really.
that's what I recommend.
Love it.
Those in need, but it's, the manufacturers recommend once a year, and they say to wait 1 year from the time you buy your carpet, because they know as soon as you put soap in it, it's going to get dirtier faster. So, that's one thing.
I kid you not. So I'm gonna just say this really quick, and then I know Jimmy's got a question for you. I kid you not. My wife and I lived in our home for, I don't know, we've been here for 8 years. I think it was like after a year, maybe 18 months of living in our home. And what you're saying makes total sense. We hired a company to come out and clean our carpets because in the back of our brains there was something that like, hey, you have a protection, a limited time warranty on your carpet if you get it cleaned every so often. I kid you not. Like, we had this company come in and clean things, and it got dirtier after they cleaned it than like the entire time before. And I was just baffled as to like, how are my carpets worse now than like the 18 months or 2 years before? In a matter of like months, they looked awful. I'm like, what is going on? But that like totally makes sense. If they use some sort of weird chemical or something, they probably not only strip some protection off, but then put that soap down that was gathering dirt.
Well, you want to rinse it out, hence the name. That's why we call ourselves TruRinse. Whether we use the soap or a chemical or not, we want to rinse it out. So we're going to spend the time to rinse it out, but we try not to use any products that are harsh or chemicals. There's few things we have to use. If you got tar all over your carpet, there's a few things that we have to use to get it out, or ink, or some of the different than your soil and dirt that's obviously there. But we want to spend the time to rinse it out. And, whether we use safe or not, we're going to spend the time to rinse it out. We kind of have a slogan for ourselves. We clean the cleaners.
Yeah.
Because we'll go and rinse out from previous cleaners, and we see so much soap and left behind from other cleaners that we sit there and rinse it out until we get most of it out. And that's how your carpet's going to last 18 months to 2 years, because there's nothing left in it.
Well, I'm 100% sold. Like, we could stop the podcast right now. I'd be like, great, I need TruRinse. Regardless of like what happens after that, like, please come clean whatever anybody else did to my freaking carpets before I was introduced to TruRinse. Jimmy, what was your question that you had?
Yeah, I mean, kind of add a question onto that too. So with the rinsing, is that kind of mistake a lot of other carpet cleaners um, miss? Is it's not so much the chemicals you're putting in, but more the what you're taking out with that rinse after rinse after rinse.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's four ways to clean carpets, and all the carpet cleaners fall in those 4 ways, and depending on which way they use, it's different. There's a
Mhm.
spit and shine method where they throw something on your carpet and they buff it, and they try to get it all out, and there's no extraction, there's no rinse to it, there's no extraction whatsoever. We call it leveling. So they just take the dirt and they level it in your house, and it looks okay. There's people that fall in that category. You have other categories where it's a capture method. They spray some foam on there and they agitate it, and they try to suck it up. There's a couple other methods. There's steam cleaning, which is very common, which is manufacturer recommended. And that's what we use, is a steam clean method, hot water extraction. With that, though, there's systems out there that actually pump chemicals into your rinsing water. And so that's like taking a shower, Jimmy, and lathering up your hair and then just getting out of the shower and not rinsing it all the way out. Like, it doesn't work. Like, you need to rinse it out. You can't put soap and your rinsing water. And there's only a few of us that actually only use water to rinse with.
Huh.
And so soft water or other types of water, but water is the best way to rinse. You just keep rinsing until it's out. I have a slogan that people laugh at me, but the solution to pollution is dilution. The more water that you rinse through the carpet, it's going to work. But you have to control it. You can't be a flood and suck method that some of these industry out there doing. They flood your carpet and they try to suck it up. We contain a majority of our water through the rinsing cycle, and we take it back to the truck, and that's why we have great dry times.
Man, I love that. That's amazing. Let me jump into, so I got really excited about carpet cleaning just because we've been here for 8 years now, and it definitely needs some help. But I wanted to jump into more just quickly into some business side of things, and I do want to throw a shout out. We'll be on for a little bit, guys. If you have questions for Matt about carpet cleaning, about how to maintain your carpet, about how to extend its lifespan, man, heck, even if you need treatment, he's in Utah, ping us in the comments, leave us a comment. We'll jump into the kind of Q&A a little bit later on. But please don't feel bad about dropping comments right now and or questions. We'll get to those at the end of the road there. Alicia says doesn't need to rinse your hair. Yeah. See, somebody had to say the joke. I wasn't going to. Somebody had to say it. Alice got you. That's amazing. Let me talk a little bit about the business side of it, because this is open source entrepreneur. Now, you obviously, probably didn't start out as a youngster saying, I want to own a carpet cleaning business. We learned a little bit about how you got into it, right? You were selling for somebody else, saw a unique need in the industry and a way to make it better. So you said, man, I'm going to get into this thing and improve the industry. Talk to me about some of the challenges and opportunities that really exist inside of the carpet cleaning industry, right? That people outside don't realize is a challenge inside the industry. What are some of those, and how do you overcome those?
Challenge, to run a carpet cleaning company by yourself, that's easy.
Oh.
That was easy. Anyone can do it. There's thousands of carpet cleaners in Utah. They pop up every day. They come and go. Everyone wants to be a carpet cleaner for some reason. They're coming up. But growing a business is the challenge. And that's been I think that's what kept me in it for so long, is it has been a challenge to grow from a one-man band to the many trucks that we have now. It's taken time, it's headache, late nights, capital, all the things that we've had to do to grow. That's been hard. And there's been plenty of times that I would rather work for somebody else. But being an entrepreneur where I have the passion to just keep grinding, that's what's kept me in it. And, I'm grateful for that. I've learned a lot. I learned what not to do. I've learned what to do, and it's just been a grind for the last 15 years of growing your business. Some years are better than others, but you just keep going. And there'll be a time where then it finally just goes. It goes. It doesn't matter about you. It's a business. And that business is to a point where whether I step away, the business is going. It's operating, it's moving forward, and that's what's fun. You get to that point where you can step away and grow the business instead of working in your business. And it's taken time and heartache, sweat, tears, blood, all the above to do that. And I appreciate those that have supported me, like my wife. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for her that says, keep going. There's plenty of times I wanted to hang up the towel, but it was something that I believed in. I know that what we do is unique. I feel like I would love to clean for everybody. And, there was one time I was cleaning a house, and the guy, I don't tell him because I like to go out in the field. I love to be in the field and cleaning. I'm not a guy that sits in the office and spins around in a chair.
Yeah.
So I go out quite often. I clean 2 to 3 days a week. And I was cleaning a job, and, the customer was like, hey, listen, whoever made this company has done a phenomenal job. That's when I realized that it was bigger than me. My passion, heart, everything's in this, but it's past me now. And it's my technicians, it's my general managers, my secretaries. I've got the best. And that's what makes the company go forward, is putting people in the right places. So to your question, it's been hard. It's been hard. And I see carpet cleaners come and go, but to grow past 1 truck, 2 trucks, 3, there's no one. There's not very many carpet cleaners that are past 5 trucks.
Yeah.
Because it's hard. It's very
So Matt, let me ask you, how do you drive that passion and that culture all the way down through all of your employees? Because that is hard. Maintaining a really good culture, you're sending people out into other people's homes, one of their most trusted things that they have, to make it better. How do you build the culture of like accountability, of hard work? How do you build that all the way down through your organization?
First, it's got to start at the top. You got to be able to do what you're going to tell them to do or ask them to do. And so we believe what we say, and then it starts from there, and we train all the way down. We have meetings every day. I'll run with the guys. The first guy that I brought on to run my second truck back in the day, he probably hated me, but for 6 months straight, like I wouldn't even let him pull the carpet cleaning wand. He's like, I can do this. I can do this. No, just keep watching. Keep watching. I want you to pick up how I do everything, because that's what we're trying to pass on. And finally, when he got it, man, he picked up that wand and he was going. So we do spend the time. It's not a 2-week turnaround where we just throw someone on a van.
Yeah.
They've got experience before they head out to a job. They know how to identify carpet, upholstery, tile, natural stone, all the above. That's, like you said, it's your house. The most expensive line item on your home building is your flooring, your carpet, your tile. All of that is a huge expense, and you got to maintain it properly. It isn't just throw a dirty mop on it and let it go. Like, maintain that stuff. You'll get sick of colors before things wear out.
Yeah.
And that's where we come in. So it's training. And some people can't handle it. This is hard work. We sweat every day like you wouldn't believe. And so it's hard. We find good people, and they stay with us. And obviously, like I said earlier, no one wants to grow up and be a carpet cleaner. And so it's hard to keep guys around. But most of our guys will stay 4 to 6 years, which is phenomenal.
Yeah.
This industry, which is a high turnover.
And how do you keep them for that long? What's your secret sauce?
Teach them the success, and they see it. And once they feel it, then they can run with it for a while.
Yeah.
They do a good job doing it. I've had great technicians over the years, and I have some of the best technicians right now. And so it's just fun watching them. But it's just being with them, helping them. And once they catch that fire, it's fun to watch them, and they're good at it, with technique and skill.
Well,
Yeah. Go
oh,
ahead,
I was
Jamie.
going to say really quick. So, I mean, what I like about that too, Matt, is, 4 to 6 years is quite a bit to have someone stay at a company, especially you said a company, no one grows up to be a carpet cleaner. So you must have more of a secret to that than to show them. So, like, culture wise, training wise, to keep them on that long, what's the secret to that?
I don't know if it's a secret, but to me, it starts in the interview process. And I'll sit in with my general manager when we interview, and listen to keywords and things that they say and how they respond to questions, because that's going to carry into the workforce. They might be a stud, but I might not hire them because of a few things. But that is what it is. I've got a business to run and grow, and I want the top quality in my customer's home. They represent us. When you show up to the door, it's TruRinse. It's not them. It's not me. It's TruRinse. And so I think that's the biggest thing. And then to carry it on with that, Jimmy, is to make sure that they have the keys to be successful. You can't just throw them out to the wolves and say good luck, because then they quit.
Mm-hmm.
And but it takes time to train them. And so it could be 6 to 8 months before they are fully considered a technician. And once they're a technician, then they can really learn the ropes as a technician.
Like that.
Yeah, I love that a lot. Obviously I'm a University of Utah fan, and Coach Witt, he says something when a team member joins, when they recruit somebody, he basically says, "You become us, we don't become you." And so I love that mentality that you have as well, Matt, where you're like, "Listen, you're going to be part of our team. We're not going to bend to who you think you are, what you want to do. We have standards, we have ways that we do business. You're going to follow what we do, and not vice versa, right?" I think that helps build a really strong culture. I was thinking you were talking earlier about like you grew up from 1 to 2 to 3, like you kept growing your business. And then you said something interesting. You said, I still go out and I do some cleaning, but there's also times you stay, I'm sure back in the office, you have to do some paperwork, some clerical things, whatever that looks like. What was that moment, or was there a higher, or what made it where you're like, oh my gosh, my business can run without me now, without me being in the field? What was that moment? Did you have like an aha moment where you're like, I don't have to go do this thing. Somebody else has it.
Well, the toughest thing for me is to let things go. I think the biggest moment, I hired a general manager that I completely trust, and I gave him a lot of the reins to run the business, and letting that go was the aha moment, to let him do what I was doing for the last 13 years, and he's taken it to a whole new level, and it's just fun to watch. And so putting people in the right the places and processes in the right, you get what I'm saying, the processes
Yep.
and people in those, that's the success. Like having good technicians, good secretaries, good office manager, good operations manager, production managers that are actually out there doing the things for you. And it's taken time to get there. This is not an overnight get rich scheme. This is grinding, going without for years to get to a point where it's like it's time to go. And I think letting it go and seeing that is when I've seen the biggest growth, because we get so tunnel minded thinking we have the reins. I got to be in control. There's better people out there. There's good people out there that want to help grow businesses and be a part of it, that I'm grateful for.
Yeah, I love that. It's one of those things where I tell my team members all the time, right? Like I lead different teams, and I'm like, I, looking to find somebody to hire and like grow that can replace me as an entrepreneur or even entrepreneur. I'm always looking to grab that next level of my own career. I can't do that unless I successfully have somebody else that can come in and replace me. And so I think frequently people will say, oh, if I hire somebody that's really good, bring them in, teach them all the things, they're going to replace me. I'm going to be out of a job. Never is that true. Like hardly ever, right? Like you always get an opportunity to move on to the next biggest thing that you have prepared for you. And so I think you're right. Hiring out your time and getting your time back as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, Matt, that's one of the most valuable things that you can do, because you grew that business and now you get to go find more ways to grow that business even farther, bring on more people, serve even more people. And that's one thing I'm understanding about you right now, Matt, is that you are somebody that genuinely loves to help people, whether that's inside your company grow or service people inside their homes and say, man, I'm going to give you the cleanest, most safe sanctuary that you possibly could have. Right? Like there was nothing more frustrating than coming home after they did our carpets and then like looking around saying, still not clean. Like I could see there were still spots that weren't clean. And you're out providing a service for people where they get to walk back in, love their home, feel safe and secure and clean. And like that's a really cool responsibility and really cool task that you guys have. I love I always love to ask people about this too. You said something a minute ago that really struck a chord with me. You said, I still love to get out into the field 2 or 3 times a week. I love that. Talk to me. That frequently for me, that's like, okay, you want some continuing education. You want to make sure that you're staying caught up on like new floorings going in, on new ways to clean things. How do you continue to evolve inside your business and say, oh, this new thing's coming down, we need to be ready to adapt to it? How do you keep that kind of continuing education in mind?
Man, there's a lot of time that we spend, especially I, learning the industry, understanding it, and it's changing. Carpets, sadly, is going away, and as a carpet cleaner, I still invite everyone to buy carpet. But probably by the end of 2025, 80% of our flooring is going to be hard surfaces,
Wow.
be LVP, tile, stone, and those type of things, because no one knows how to maintain carpet. And that's what's frustrating. And now we're getting rid of carpet, but we have ways to do it. You just need to use the right people.
Yeah.
But we have to adapt. And so now we're learning how to clean different flooring. We can clean LVP flooring, which is, it's tricky. But you got to be able to adapt. You got to be able to adjust. You got to go with the flow. The manufacturers are doing a great job. And so we're changing every day. So going out in the field and seeing it, just like colors change every 10 years, beige is coming back, grays are going out. Like you're learning all these things as you're out in the field. And that's what, we have to keep learning. Carpet's changing. They're adding different fibers. They're trying to make up new fibers. They're doing so many things that it's hard.
Yeah.
And it's hard to identify. And so you have to be on top of your A game, or else you're going to mess it up. You're just going to flat out mess up the carpet, and you're going to be buying upholstery. You're going to be buying rugs for your customers because you don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
So me going in the field is that, but it's also learning more and more and adapting to what's being out there. Like viscose is a fiber that they put in rugs. It's wood pulp. It's paper, but it's in a rug. If you put water on it, it turns brown. Like it ruins as soon as you try to spot it. I would never buy a viscose rug, but now they're putting it in upholstery, and now they're trying to introduce it to wall-to-wall carpet.
Wow.
It's ludicrous, but crazy. You got to learn how to adapt, because if they're going to do it, you got to clean it.
Yep.
And so you got to figure it out. So it's always a learning process, every day. We've made plenty of mistakes, but we learn from them and we grow, and we're just trying to keep up with the industry. They're doing a good job, but yeah. And I love cleaning. I love seeing the results. To your question, I love going out. Like, I don't have to clean, but I love it. I enjoy going out and seeing the results, the customer's face being like, thank you. I mean, there was a story that I cherish, because there was another carpet cleaner company in the valley that couldn't get a red spot out of a customer's home, and they used them for a while. Then they found us, and I went in, and I always ask, why'd you call us? And I wanted to see if you can get that red stain out. And they told me, all the other cleaners told me they couldn't, and it'd been there for 20 years in this carpet. And I got the red stain out for the customer. She started crying and gave me a hug and said, thank you. I've lived with that red stain for 20 years. And it makes you feel good. So now you want to go out and do more of that. Yeah. And people improve their lifestyle.
I love it. Talk to me. I'm actually going to ask a couple of different questions here. First one's first, though. I do want to know, because you said there are a lot of companies out there, carpet cleaning companies, especially in Utah, maybe everywhere else. I don't know the demographics everywhere else. What's your kind of key differentiator? How do you market and say, hey, listen, we're here and we're the best? Like, are you a lot of word of mouth? Do you guys, what methods do you use to get your name out there?
I love that you say we're the best, but that's one of the funniest things in the industry. So you're going to have a homework assignment to go look up all the carpet cleaners in Utah, and everyone claims to be number one. Every carpet cleaner thinks they are the best, the world's favorite. Everyone is the best carpet cleaner in the world. And I'm glad they think that, but it's true. They're not doing things the right way sometimes. Yeah. And so there's a lot of them, and it's hard, and that's what we have to compete with. So we have to be on our A game all the time with advertising, adjustment, the market, what the market's filling. It's not just, hey, I'm a carpet cleaner. If you need your carpets, call me. You have to adjust. You have to be able to find what the market needs and go for it. Then you take the market share and you win. And so that's the game. It's not just being a carpet cleaner. I mean, really, I'm probably in the marketing business. My service is carpet cleaning.
Right.
I just have to figure out how to market my service and have a niche, or have something where I can say the things that I say and back it up, and not be just like the rest that say I'm the best carpet cleaner when, who rated you?
Right.
So it's tough. And, there's some good carpet cleaners out there. And I've known them for years. There's some that should probably stop cleaning carpets. But other than that, to your question, it's figuring out the market's tough. There's hundreds and hundreds of carpet cleaners in Utah. It's the most saturated carpet cleaning businesses in the whole United States. Everyone wants to start their own business, and I get it. I did it.
Yeah.
But to keep it going and working at it and making it a business instead of a job, that's the difference. And so it's just staying after it and finding certain markets, advertising, and it changes. I kind of call it like fishing. If you're going to be in the marketing business, you got to fish. If something works, catch a fish, and then you got to change the lure and find something else to catch the fish. We don't bait and switch. There's a lot of that goes on, in the cleaning industry. You can get 3 rooms cleaned for $69, but then they walk out with $300. So there's a lot of that going on in the industry. But if you're going to set a price, give them the price and keep it that way. Do what's right. No hidden fees. You don't have to add all these fees on like everyone else does. Give them the price and do a good job, and you'll be okay.
I love it.
Do you feel like that's been probably your number one marketing? Because I mean, it's like you said, you get a Val pack every single month. You know, it's like carpet cleaning, duct cleaning, carpet cleaning. Do you feel like with your yes, marketing's always changing, but when you do good work, do you feel like that's the best marketing where it's just that person's telling that person, and that's how you've been able to stay in the business for 15 years with so much competition?
Absolutely, Jimmy. You're 100%. We dropped a little bit in our repeat customers because a lot of people moved out of state with COVID. We were probably about 85% repeat customers. We're probably in the low 70s. We start calling back our customers and like, oh, I live in Colorado now. I live in California now, or I live in Tennessee now. I'm like, oh, darn it. But that dropped a little bit, but it's coming back up to your service. Like, to your point, Jimmy, is that we have to continue to do a good job. Word of mouth is number one, whether you do a good job or bad job. And we've failed in some jobs. We did the best we could, but they weren't happy enough, and we failed them, and they've gone somewhere else. But majority of the time, I've cleaned the same people for the last 15 years. And, I just did one job. They used us 14 years ago. They finally decided to use us again, but they never used anyone in between. Some people wait too long.
Yeah.
But they finally just come back. And I've had customers that can't get in on our schedule, and so they try someone else, and they say, I should have just waited. And so ideally, it's just doing a good job and doing what's right for the customer. It's not all about making the dollar. It's all about doing what's right, and that's doing a good, hard. It's like you can go to bed at night and feel like, hey, I did a good, hard service today, honest service, and I feel good about it because I improved, I collected, and I moved on, and I made a raving fan of my company. So, but yeah, it's in business and marketing. That's number one. You've got to compete with everyone that's advertising, with all the avenues. Toughest thing with Utah, and I love Utah. If you can make Utah, you can make it anywhere in the state. In Utah, we're coupon shoppers, and whatever the best coupon is, we're going to give it. And so I have people that will go somewhere else because it's a cheaper clean, but it is not the same clean.
Yeah.
It's cheaper, but it ain't the same clean. And so it's hard to compete with that because we'll get the phone call, will you match so-and-so's price? I'm like, I can't. I just can't do it. Like, if you want to go service for service, absolutely I will. But price and quality, I can't match it. It's just they're too cheap.
Well, it's true. I mean, you think about if we're going to go get a surgery, we look for who's the best doctor to do the job. We're not looking at a Groupon and being like, hey, this heart surgeon's paying this much. Can you knock it off a couple thousand? We want to pay the extra money for that surgery. And like you said, that our biggest investment in our home is our flooring. Why wouldn't we want the same thing?
Yeah, carpet cleaning. It's just what's sad is carpet cleaning is not a regulated industry. Anyone can do it, and it's tough. So they can do whatever they want, however they want to do it. They can advertise however they want, and they can bait and switch. They can do 4 rooms for $40. It's tough, and that's the toughest thing we deal with is a one-man band. They only need to make a couple $100 a day, which is fine. But when you're trying to run a business and a livelihood for lots of people, it's a whole different ballgame. You got to be grinding every day. You got to bring certain revenue in every day. You got to do a good job every day. There's no slacking in TruRinse.
Yeah, I love that. I was going to ask a question really quick. and that is this. And I don't need you to give me specific numbers because I don't want people to get in trouble inside the company or outside the company. But as overall, right? And when you think about the levels and positions inside your company, what can somebody expect to make as a carpet cleaner or as a general manager, as an owner of a carpet cleaning industry, right? Give us kind of like the low end. If you're an entry level technician, you should be about here. If you're going to look at running the company, you should be about here. Like how much money can be made inside the industry?
It average, starting training, you're going to be anywhere from $16 to probably $40.
Okay.
Some of my best technicians, they do really well.
Yeah.
And they do a great job. And they're averaging $35 to $39 an hour.
Yeah.
But they're solid. So it depends on the individual. How we structure the process of selling to producing to all of that. So starting a business is tough, especially carpet cleaning business, because your investment's huge. To get the right equipment, yeah, you can buy something off a website that, is classified, but, you can actually, the equipment, you're probably about $120,000 to $125,000 for a truck that's going to perform to go out and do the jobs that you're claiming to do.
Yeah.
Claiming to be the best carpet cleaner in the world, and you pull up in a minivan with a lawnmower engine in the back of it, a whole different ball game.
Yep.
If you're going to pull up and say I'm the best carpet cleaner in the world, you're going to have some equipment to deliver that.
Yeah.
So you need the equipment. So to get one van and to grow past that, you're millions of dollars into your investment of growing your business. Yeah. And you're adding each truck and each individual training and all of that. So that's what you can expect. I mean, if you're going to be a one-man band carpet cleaner and just be a mom and pop, just go do it. Expect that you're competing with everyone else, and it's hard, but you only probably need 5-10 clients and you'll be happy. Great. But if you want to establish a name in the industry and in an area, you might need some investors, you might need some capital, and you might need to do some research and figure out if you're going to do that. So making money is up to the individual, and there's good years, there's bad years, and so last few years have been bad. You just keep grinding and hope for the better, and hope it pulls out. So technicians do well. In my company, my technicians are my top paid guys. I want them to perform. I don't care if my guys make more than I do, because they're the bread and butter of the company. They're the ones out there grinding every day, and I take care of my technicians. And so, sometimes if you want a role of a manager, you might take a pay cut.
Yeah.
And that's fine. If that's what you want, great. If you want different, and it's just finding the right people to put on the right seat of your bus. If they're sitting in the right seat of that bus is going to be cooking. So for me, that's how I view it. And I find where people shine, and I let them shine in those areas. And that's where they make the most money, in those areas. And whether that's a general manager, that's a technician, that's an operation manager. Some people are really good at ordering products. Some people are really good at cleaning upholstery. You put them in those right positions, and all of a sudden your bus is moving. So,
I don't think people realize, Matt, the gold nuggets you're dropping right now about business.
Mm-hmm.
I hope and pray everybody listening to this says that is a super solid, not only business owner, but also manager. I know you're manager first, but business owner as well. This is somebody who literally just said, I will put my own employees above myself. I need to make sure I get the right person in the right spot. Frequently, there are companies, I've worked for companies where we say they're just the wrong person, they let them go. They didn't even give them a chance to say maybe they're just in the wrong spot, right? And I think it's a very intelligent business owner that says, I like the tenacity of this person, I like the cut of their brow. Let's see if they're good in a different spot, right? And it takes some time to figure that out. And so what you guys are experiencing is a super solid, incredible business owner thinking well above what a lot of business owners do, right? There's a lot of toxic places where somebody comes in, and if you're not the right fit inside of a little bit, they will just flat out fire you. But Matt is here dropping just massive nuggets. Matt, thank you for being super vulnerable and super honest about how to build a solid company by putting the right people in the right spot. Jimmy, I know you had a question.
Yeah, what I loved about that too, and I think a lot of people, starting a business, what Matt really hit on was the answer is awesome. Like, how much can you expect to make? And when that answer is like nothing, I think when people think when you go into a business, that owners they're making the money. They're making all this money, and they don't realize that, to be a business owner, how Matt's expressing it, like days you're making money, but there's years where you're like, okay, let's get through the storm. Let's get through it because we know we're going to get through it, but it takes a whole different mindset. And you can tell Matt has it with his company to be like, okay, I love my company enough. We're going to get through the storm. I'm going to pay my employees awesome to keep them. But the sacrifice that it takes to be a business owner and to grow a business from instead of just that mom and pop, yeah, you can pull up in the van, great. But if you want to get to where he's at, you got to weather that storm, and there's going to be tough years ahead. But the dedication that he has and putting it towards it, and I don't think a lot of who people who want to start their own business don't realize how many people go through what Matt's going through on keeping a business up and going.
It's definitely time, like you said, Casey. I think you mentioned, it takes time. I put plenty of people in the wrong seat, and I've lost good people over time because I put them in the wrong seat. And I'm not afraid to admit I made a mistake as a business owner. But over time, once you get that dialed in, that's when your bus starts moving. And it takes, 15 years of running your own business. There's plenty of times that, I thought the business should be shut down, but you just keep at it. And, and you learn and you grow, and it works out. And it's to a point where it's fun now.
Right.
And
And I think that's it. You nailed it, Matt. Like learning and adjusting. So many business leaders think I have all the answers. We're just going to go this way, and they will ride that into the ground, right? Because they are so proud that they won't say I'm sorry. They won't say I made a mistake. I made whatever. They are just too proud, and so it takes a humble yet proud business owner to say, made a mistake. We're going to learn. We're going to move forward, and this is how we're going to move forward, right? And that is just it's absolutely amazing and astounding that. What you've done with your company to be at as many trucks as you are and just laying up and this is another thing, and Matt, I'd love for you to talk to people about this because I worked in an industry early on in my career that was very seasonally based. It was a nursery, and then we did snow plowing, and it's very tricky to lay up savings and things for the future. How do you responsibly save to be able to grow your business in the lean years? Because when it's fat, everybody's like, yes, things are going so good. But when it's lean, I've seen this time and time again, the people at the bottom frequently have no idea. So when a layoff coming, like when a layoff happens, they're like, I didn't even see it coming, right? Because they're not paying attention. But as a business owner, you have so many people you want to protect. How do you lay up for the lean years?
you lose a lot of sleep for sure. But it starts, you got to know your seasons. You got to know, in Utah, we get snow. You got to know the hot and cold. Like other states, like, their down season's July because it's so hot in July. Everyone leaves Arizona. Yeah. Here in Utah, it's slow in January and February because it's coming off of Christmas and New Year, and they're waiting for tax returns or whatever they do to save. So you have some slow months coming in January and February. So you plan for it. If I can encourage, save. You might have to pay your employees and they don't work. You just keep them on and you keep going. But the best thing is to save for them and make hay while you can, and then save for those slow times. And there's a season. We have about 10 months out of the year it's nonstop. Like we're booked.
Yeah.
But there's times in January and February where we have openings, and you just have to prepare for that through adjusting. So know your seasons, know what you're up against, and stay after it. So
Discipline.
Yes.
Discipline. And I think frequently a lot of young business owners, right, do not understand that principle. They may come in, they may be hot for a minute, but they don't have the discipline to either find, it will eventually slow down, right? Like I guarantee every business model, everything that you start, right, it's going to be hot at first, but you're going to go through cool times. And that's when people give up. They don't have the discipline to have set money aside. They don't have the discipline to say, okay, the business has changed slightly. I need to figure out a new vein of gold to get into. They just fizzle out, right? There's a reason that you've been going for 15 plus years in your business because you've got that part figured out. Your gold vein, I love to tell this story, from Think and Grow Rich. If you haven't read that book, it's a great book. Think and Grow Rich, right? At the very beginning, it talks about a gentleman who owns a gold vein or a gold mine, and he's out mining, doing really, really well, paying people off. Things are great. All of a sudden, it stops, and he can't figure out why. But basically, the essence is the gold vein that he was on shifted down just 3 feet. And he wasn't intelligent enough to get the right resources to find that gold vein again. He just gave up, right? He quit. An intelligent business owner says, okay, where did our vein of gold shift to? And they go and they find that, and they're able to continue on, right? For you guys, it's very much like, hey, we're shifting out of carpets, but we're going into like LVP and tile and whatever else, right? And so like you're finding out how to get back into that gold vein and get going again, which a lot of business owners cannot do. They're a one-trick pony. And so super congratulations on being able to figure that part out, Matt. You guys are rolling with it really, really well. I want to jump into a couple of questions. Jimmy, I'm going to give you some final thoughts really quick with Matt. I'm going to just make a call out. If anybody, well, first and foremost, Matt said something very important. If you want to get with one of Utah's best carpet cleaners, sounds like January and February are some openings. So make sure you book in January, February. TruRinse, Matt will hook you up. Second of all, what was I going to say? We'll get to some questions. If you have questions, Q&A about how to run a carpet cleaning business, about carpet care, I'm sure Matt has forgotten more than most of us will ever know about carpet or tile care. So if you have any questions about that, drop that in the comments as well, and we'll jump to those. But Jimmy, do you have any final questions kind of for Matt before we jump into some Q&A?
Yeah, well, just one of those questions with I'm curious too. You got the carpet cleaning. That's all I think of. But with the flooring, is it a different type of wash that you're doing? And when someone calls up, should they let you know? Because you have different technicians for different things. Like, okay, I want my carpets cleaned, my flooring, and my couches. Is it good to know ahead of time what you're going to be getting?
Yeah, obviously, all of our technicians are trained in all the services. So whether you get, a lot of our customers will have their couches, carpet, and tile cleaned all in the same job. It's just letting us know what you need done. So if you need your tile clean, your carpet, and your upholstery, your rugs, we can do it all the same job. Same technician. It's not different. The only technician different is that we stretch carpet. We repair carpet. We want to make your floor look good. So if it was poorly installed or you used the wrong carpet cleaner and it rippled, we'll come in and tighten it, and then we'll clean it. And that's a different service that we do. And we have a technician that handles just those repairs. So if you need your dog dug a hole in your carpet, we can patch it. Or your transition strips are popping up, or you got ripples in your carpet, call us. We can fix all of that, and then we can clean it. So letting us know what you need, and you can just call and say, hey, do you do this? We'll tell you no. But if there's something I want to figure out how to clean, I'll figure out how to clean it, and we'll make it look good. I've cleaned garage floors. I've cleaned, things where it's like, yeah, I can do that. It's not my everyday service, but I'm happy to do that for you. So we learn as we grow, but we do like to have to know what you need done, and we'll put it on the invoice and make sure it's done right. So it's a great question. It is a different process. We don't use the same wand that we use on upholstery. We don't use the tool that we use on tile. So we have all the vans are equipped, but we just adjust with what we have to clean with.
Love it.
So this is, before I jump into like actual Q&A, this is one question I do love to ask. And this is, what is the dirty little secret of the carpet cleaning industry? I think I might know what one is, but I'm intrigued to know, is there a secret that like we'd be surprised to find out about in the carpet cleaning industry?
Surprised to find out about. I'm sure there's plenty of secrets that I don't know about, but no. My secret, just do it right. As far as what it comes to cleaning, you can't afford not to. There's too many guys out there, and you mess up, they're going somewhere else. So, be disciplined. But as far as the secret, I don't know. Understanding carpet has probably been the greatest thing that's helped me in my business. Because if you don't understand carpet, you can mess it up. And you think, oh, it's just carpet. It's just plastic. All carpet is plastic. And yeah, but there's a lot to it. And you got to learn to know what it is and how to treat it. There's wool. That's a natural fiber. You can't just throw stuff on that. You can't agitate it like you do other carpets, because it's just going to fluff up and ruin. So the secrets of it, man, I mean, there's some horrible stories. I don't know about secrets, but
now you're getting somewhere, Matt. Now you're getting somewhere.
I mean, I've seen some nasty carpets, and I don't like to share. So there's probably some health inspection that should be going on in houses, but you just hope to improve it for them, because that's the only thing you can do. So helping them.
So someone that has animals, though, are you able to help get rid of those stains and the smell to the best of your ability?
Yeah, that's a whole nother learning curve too, because you're not just with an animal. It's different. Like a cat, they're great pets, but they're not just urine or feces that you're dealing with. They have scent glands, so they spray things. It's almost like a perfume, and it gets on the carpet and the walls and everything. And you clean the carpet, and all of a sudden it still smells. And so you have to adapt to that. Pets is probably the biggest problem in the cleaning industry as far as what we're dealing with. But learning how to do it, you succeed. And it's taken us time to figure that out. Gravity wins. When an animal pees on the carpet, it soaks into the backing, into the padding, into the floor. And then you have a carpet cleaner says, I can get that out 100%. That's false. If any carpet cleaner tells you they can get urine out of your carpet 100%, they're lying to you. I can't do it. And you can't just sit there and flood it and try to suck it back up. You got subfloors, you got padding, you got glue in the back of your carpet, you got tack strip. There's a big problem when you have a lot of urine. The best you can do is do the best you can topically and hope for the best. But there's a lot of pets out there. And so we hand out free puppies after the clean. But it's always it's tough. But that's to those questions of secrets. Hopefully I answered that one. The secret is to keep your carpet clean, and use the right cleaners.
Well,
and guys, there's a few companies out there. I'm not saying I'm the only one.
And that's what I was going to say. I think one of the greatest secrets that like to Jimmy's point earlier, people are looking in the value pack, right? They're looking for like the your whole house for $79, whatever it is. Guys, the biggest secret is not all carpet cleaners are created equal. You are going to get what you pay for, right? So my wife and I have learned this lesson. We've been married for 21 years. In the last several years, we have finally understood it is better to get the right thing regardless of the price, because you will just pay infinitely more for cheap services time and time again, right? And you will not be satisfied. So do yourself a favor, just call Matt. Just call Matt.
Well, I was going to say, it's like getting in a relationship and her saying, we're never going to get in an argument. It might sound good, but guaranteed,
Yeah,
it's going to happen.
Yep. Well, Jimmy asked my question about pets. So you guys do pet cleaning. Guys, be very aware of people who say they can get everything out, right? They might do the best they can. Matt for sure is going to do the best that he can, but there's a lot of things. Sounds like a lot of things I didn't even take into consideration everything you just said about subfloor and glue and yada yada yada. So that's really good to know that Matt's gonna try, right? He's gonna get everything out that he can. Got a stain, a red stain out that's been there for 21 years, although not pet urine. Got it out, right? So they're gonna do the best they can. How often should you be cleaning carpets?
it varies. It's hard to say. I mean, obviously, I can tell you the manufacturer recommends once a year, and you need to look at your warranty of the carpet. But I'm going to be the first carpet cleaner in the world that'll tell you that carpet cleaning isn't the best thing for your carpet. But you need to do it. And so depending on how your lifestyle is, if you're dirty, clean it more often. If you're clean, you don't have to clean as often. So we got to be fair. And you got to know you know, if you got a lot of, I mean, we've had kids growing up, we had spots. And so we did it more often as we're getting a little older. Like, we don't have to do it as much. So you adjust to the ability of your lifestyle. You know, to say that someone that their carpet's filthy in 1 month to wait 1 year, that carpet's already damaged at month 4.
Yeah.
You can't fix the carpet after month 4. It should have been clean on month 1. And there are customers we clean every month for. There's customers we clean every 3 months for. Customers we clean every year. So it just depends on lifestyle. And, you know, it doesn't mean we're calling anyone dirty or we're calling anyone clean. It's life.
Yeah.
Depending on your life, you know, and sometimes it's just like, I don't care about that spot. I'm just going to let it go. But the best thing is to call us, let us take care of the spot so you don't have to worry about it. And keep your space clean. Because I'm a firm believer that cleanliness has something connection to happiness. And Jimmy, you might be able to help me on this one, but it has to. If you have a clean home, it's going to fix a lot of things.
Great.
Carpet's clean. Keep your home clean, your upholstery clean, where you put your face when you lay on your couch, keep it clean, and you're going to have a different feeling.
Agree.
And if you're sick, get your carpet cleaned, you know, because, you know, you're laying on the couch, coughing all over the floor and the couch, get your couch. There's just, you know, there's times when you just need to do it. You know, when your counter dirty, you clean it. When your carpet's dirty, clean it. But my advice to that, don't wait till you see the dirt, because there's a difference in a restoration clean and just a normal clean. If you're physically see dirt on your carpet, it's different. That dirt's wearing your carpet out super fast. And if you can't see it, just vacuum. Keep vacuuming. Vacuum every day if you can. That's the best thing you can do for your carpet.
I was going to ask, like, what can people do in between carpet cleans? It sounds like vacuuming is key. Anything else that we should be doing in between the larger cleans that you guys come in and do?
Yeah, spot clean in between with our cleaner. It's awesome. Vacuum. You know, people ask me how often they should vacuum. Like, realistically, if you're vacuuming once a week, that's great. But if you got pet hair and dander and everything else you're dealing with, you know, you might want to vacuum twice a week. But that's picking up the dry particulate that's in your carpet is what you need to do. The other stuff that's sticking to your carpet because of chemicals and residue and other crap that's put in there or spills, like, that's where a carpet cleaner comes in. But when it comes to dirt that you bring in and settles and falls off of you, whatever all that is, like, pick that up through vacuuming. That's 80% of that can be picked up in vacuuming. The other is clean once a year. And, you know, carpet's made to last, but the problem is we don't know how to maintain it.
Yeah.
Your carpet lasts long enough that you get sick of the color before it wears out, but no one knows how to keep it that way.
Yeah.
And so that's why we're going away from carpet, because it gets dirty and it wears out. So I can't, I can never keep it clean. So I'm going to do LVP. I'm going to do wood floor. I'm going to do tile. Easy to maintain, but I'm telling you right now, carpet's the easiest thing to maintain. It is more expensive to maintain LVP and maintain tile or hard surfaces. And so, but we're grateful for that. Keep putting in the hard surfaces. We'll clean those too.
That's right.
Carpet is the easiest thing to maintain. Just vacuum it.
And more comfortable to lay on.
Yeah.
More comfortable to lay on. I love it. This has been an amazing conversation. Jimmy, before we come to you for our mental health moment, Matt, any closing words?
Thank you for having me on. You know, I've never done this before, so
absolutely
great opportunity. And to you know, have a lot of love and respect for Jimmy, and nice to meet you, and I appreciate this opportunity. So if you need any help, if you have any questions on carpet, I'm here. We're here to help.
Well, and Matt, I want to get a little more granular than that. Where can people find you? Because this has been such an awesome conversation. And first and foremost, where do you service? What's your service area?
We're growing. We're probably going to cover the whole state of Utah here pretty soon. Okay. Davis, Weber County, Salt Lake County, Utah County, and we're opening St. George area, southern Utah, Cedar City, in that area. So pretty much the Wasatch Front. You can find us on TruRinse.com, social media, all the platforms, and Google the best carpet cleaner. Hopefully we show up. But, you know, you never know when but TruRinse.com is the easiest way. You can book right online, schedule your cleaning or your office or whatever you need. So we can clean businesses, any commercial carpet to your residential carpet, and we love doing it.
So guys, whether you got commercial, residential, hardwood, carpet, whatever it is, Matt will take care of you. And Matt, that is TruRinse. That's TruRinse, right? TruRinse.com. So make sure you leave that E off for True, guys. TruRinse.com, TruRinse.com. Call Matt. Matt, thank you so much for being with us. Jimmy, take us home with a mental health moment brought to you by Desert Counseling.
Perfect. Right before the mental health moment, I've used Matt. Amazing. And come after Christmas, he's coming out to our house again and office. But mental health moment is kind of, I think it's going to go along with the carpet cleaning, routine. It's getting dark. We went over this last couple of podcasts. It's getting dark. Seasonal depression comes in, and you know, Christmas is great, but sometimes when we see our credit cards, it kind of helps the anxiety go up. So mental health moment, just keep a routine. Things that you were doing in July, keep doing in December, January, February, because a lot of people get in a funk during this time. Stay that routine, and eventually it just comes out.
Awesome. Thank you. I love it. Everybody, thank you for joining us. Matt, thank you for joining us. Jimmy, thank you for joining us on the Open Source Entrepreneur. Guys, we will probably not be on next week because it will be right around Christmas time. We hope you're with family and somebody you get to enjoy that with, but we will see you very, very soon. Stay put for the next edition of Open Source Entrepreneur. Have a good night, guys.
Thanks, Matt.